a picture. I do have a vivid memory of going to the baby doctor with my mom and Grammy, our maternal grandmother, who we also called Grammy Bird. Grammy would keep me entertained by walking around outside and picking flowers. During one appointment, I was stung by a bee and became upset, wanting my mom. Grammy brought me inside, where a baby monitor showed a dark, blurry image I couldn't understand. As she held me, my mom pointed to it and said it was the baby. At just about 4 years old, the same age as Valerie was when Christine was killed, I was excited to be a big sister. Once she was born, I became we. I haven't stopped saying we when I speak about my childhood after her death, except now when I do, it takes my breath away, a pause filled with love that has nowhere to go. We were each other's first friends, sleeping in each other's bedrooms, in sleeping bags on the floor or in tents in the den. I climbed in her crib several times and attempted a solo diaper change unsuccessfully. Our best friends were sisters. We would stay up late on Saturday nights, waiting for our dad to come home from his 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. shift, watch Saturday Night Live, and eat hot bagels he picked up on his way home. Our favorite show was Full House, and we would get in giggle fits at our grandparents' house for no reason. She would fall asleep anywhere, like a New Kids on the Block concert, or in a short car ride, telling me to wake me up when we be there. She was obsessed with the Backstreet Boys, specifically Kevin from the Backstreet Boys. She loved them so much, she and her best friend camped outside a Rite Aid while the moms took turns sleeping in the car in a parking lot. This was the 90s. There was no internet, only a Ticketmaster at a drugstore. She loved Brad Pitt, Legends of the Fall Brad Pitt, so much that if she had a boy, I was sure she would name him Tristan. Our childhood was spent at home, in our basement playroom. At friends' houses, we would call on our corded landline to see if they could come out and play. On family vacations, at our grandparents' houses in their pool, fishing on our dad or our grandfather's boats, crabbing off a dock with Grabby Bird, eating Entenmann's cakes and drinking coffee out of tiny cups at Lala Grandma and Grandpa's house, our paternal grandparents. We got our first haircuts from our paternal grandfather, a professional barber in our backyard, and he would give us Charms lollipops from his in-home barbershop and shove $5 in our hands as we left. We didn't have internet until high school and cell phones until college. We played outside catching tiny frogs, lightning bugs in jars, and used our imaginations to find fun anywhere. We had family traditions that mostly revolved around food, Italian food to be specific. In our house, we ate macaroni, not pasta, and sauce, not gravy. Holidays, birthdays, Sunday dinners, and countless big and small events were spent with our aunts and uncles. Our grandparents were a large part of our upbringing as they were ever present in our lives. Grammy Bird passed away in September of 2022, just 5 months before Christine. Our family was still grieving her loss when Christine died. Even though we may have looked similar, we each had our own distinct personalities. She was kind and caring and precocious as a little girl, thoughtful and wise beyond her years. It was no surprise when she said she wanted to be a nurse at a young age. Her warmth only grew as she got older. She had a way about her that made people feel comfortable and welcomed without effort. New people scared me, and I was awkward in social situations. She loved being around friends, and large groups didn't intimidate her like they did me. She was a resident advisor in college, always looking for ways to help others. She was reliable and selfless, and would give up her own time to help a friend in need. After she finished college, we found ourselves living in our childhood home again. Felt a little like we were kids again, but without the sleeping bags. It didn't last long as she started her first nursing job and wanting her independence. She lived her life at her own pace, and I didn't question her decisions unless she asked for guidance. I listened and asked questions so I could better understand what she needed before offering any advice. The memories we shared growing up helped shape my sense of love, family, and who I am. They felt simple and whole, filled with laughter, safety, and love. Since losing her, those same memories have changed. They are no longer just joyful, but layered with grief, each one a reminder of both how much I had and how much was taken. Christine was married the year before my husband Joe and I. I look back on this day with a heavy mix of emotions. I was so happy for her about to start her journey to becoming a family. That feeling is hard to hold onto now because it still feels like a happy memory, but mixed with a deep sadness. What rushes in now is the realization that we will never experience milestone events again. No birthdays, Thanksgivings, Christmases, family vacations, family traditions, no new memories. Our family will still celebrate, but there is a missing piece, an emptiness that fills the room. The weight of that feeling makes it hard to move through the day, like walking through water fully clothed.